4.2. Small. My mascara is bigger. This is tiny. What am I gonna do with this? Even if you know what you're doing, I won't feel this.
Are you masturbating with your mascara, man? The average size of a man's penile gland is 5 inches approximately, so a slightly below average piece of material does not necessarily negate it to the status of tiny. I think it's only tiny to you because you had a wealth of experience in measurements. Any woman that says something like that is tiny, more than likely they've watched as well as consumed a lot of content. The way that you're going about it's almost as if you're a wood chipper. Even if you know what you're doing, I still can't feel this. How much feeling did you lose consuming all of this wood that you have come to the conclusion that you cannot feel anything? Anyways, not much really needs to be said about this wood chipper. That's her name. Next.
If you're in your 20s, go hook up with that person you shouldn't be hooking up with.
No. Please don't do that.
Dating in your 20s is messy. Now is the time to give in to the urges and desires so that later on you're not resenting yourself or somebody else for it.
She's ovulating. Okay, guys, she's ovulating. She will not mean this after she's done all of that.
Am I being an enabler?
Sure. You know what? I really think she does mean this.
But your 20s is about learning crisis management, and your 30s is for crisis prevention.
How do you prevent a crisis if it's already occurred? If you've willfully jumped into it, ma'am?
I don't know what pheromones have kicked up in the air, but everyone I know is hooking up with someone they shouldn't, and we need to stop feeling bad for it.
Oh, no. You should actually feel bad for it. Really, because the very next video that all of you are going to see is going to be showing you exactly why you should feel bad for it.
We both have the same type of man. Like, we like a nasty fucker.
We like a fucking criminal. Like, straight up someone who is so visibly violent. That is our type.
Like, someone that if we bring them home to our parents or show them to our friends, they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do they have gold teeth?
You know, I think the one in the tattoos is a bit too excited about this. I think she has she has something wrong with her. She has a few screws loose. Something about her is just screaming wrong. Maybe it's all the tattoos.
You should never even have approached that man in the first place. That is someone who will lead you into a violent and tragic death. And Natalie and I
They're
are
gonna kill your dog.
They're gonna kill your dog. They're gonna kill or fuck your dog. And Natalie and I are like, hot.
No, Natalie and you are dead. Hey, listen, I knew somebody like that. I knew somebody that was in that type of situation, and it was actually kind of crazy. Because I was saying, why are you doing this? Why are you letting him say these things to you? Why you were on the ground, barely breathing? Why would you do something like that? Why would you still allow him to do something like that? And in the words of my father, he said this. He said, J-Roo, don't worry about it. She's the type of girl to complain to you and then go back to him and suck his dick anyway. And after that, my eyes opened. I mean, not really. When I was in university, my friend told me that there was this girl that was routinely beaten by her boyfriend and she still made him sandwiches. That made me understand.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah. Dude, and in your early 20s, it's so fun.
Okay, when she says so fun, that means there's a lot of guys looking at you to dig you down.
I would stay out until 3 a.m., sleep for a couple hours, get up, drive to work, and like teach a classroom.
And like not be
screaming.
hungover.
But it was just kind of like, this is so silly. And I was
You're a grown woman and you're saying, oh my gosh, this is so silly.
and I was like, I love being young.
You love having zero responsibilities until it hits you and till it just...
Every night I was going out or like people were coming over. Like there was no rules. I went to dinner twice this week and I'm like, this is the longest week of my fucking life.
The way that I would go in college, go out 5 days a week, and then I would go to class, my like nice 9 a.m. Vodka is just seeping out of my body.
Oh my God.
Imagine your first time being away from your parents. Zero rules, zero restrictions, and unfortunately, they made the mistake of not instilling any form of discipline into you. You only found rules as simply obligations. And now that those obligations are gone, you can make your own rules. I remember a girl and she and her friends had this game of saying who can kiss the most guys from A to Z. Now, I think kiss was code word for fuck. This girl would bring a guy home, sleep with him, and had another guy come in afterwards and then sleep with him, and then would wake up and make him breakfast the very next day. I don't know if it was the first or second guy. All I know is that there were a bunch of men in her vicinity. I'm just saying it's just kind of crazy to me. This thing about being young and being free and all of these things, Hey, listen, I do not know how the CIA managed to not only destroy the black, but also the white communities. I don't understand how this genjutsu has been brought about in such a strong manner, but man, is it working.
Can I rant on here? How are you in a church celebrating in America right now?
I know that in the very first video that I called the first girl a wood chipper, but to be honest, I think this woman needs all of the wood she can get. I think this guy that has the 4.2, I think that he would be fine giving it to this one. This one needs it. She needs something to take her mind off of the political and economic state of the world right now. She isn't mentally equipped for this type of conversation. Saying, oh, how are you celebrating in a church in America right now? And then you thrash yourself around like this? All I'm saying is that she needs something. She needs something. Somebody isn't giving her anything and she's just losing her mind. She needs something. And for our last video of the day,
her best friend's sister that, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I really like Kayla, but
every lesbian has a factory reset in their cervix. Let's just be honest. There's no way that this girl could have probably gone another day eating fish. She had to go and join the wood gang. She had to go and jump ship. Okay, it was a nice little experience. It was a nice little bit of fun, but you know, she needed to feel the real steel looking eye. She was tired of playing around in a fish fry. She had to go right back into the forest. But you know, maybe old girl over here being sad, you know, maybe she'll find somebody else. I suggest going to the forest. Well then, this is going to be a new series that I'm going to be calling Daily Delusions. So, thank you for enjoying today's Daily Delusions. Hope you all have had a wonderful day, and remember to keep your head up as we hurtle towards this very, very uncertain future. Have a good day, everyone.
I'm 16 when I saw the young king. You can never really know the world drowning me until you step into my shoes for a second. You might be. Tell them better sing when you sit on my seat. Lord, bro, ultimate, I'm the runner on Nike. I might be better than me. We'll see.
If you're in your 20s, go hook up with that person you shouldn't be hooking up with.
Did exactly what she told you to do in that video, and let me tell you, it nearly destroyed me. Saying hook up with that guy in your early 20s because it doesn't matter anyways, we're all gonna die and you can just pay for it later when you're in your 30s. I gave my energy, my time, and my body for men that I knew didn't appreciate me, all in the name of being young and wild. But here's something nobody tells you: that kind of fun costs you something. For me, it costs me my confidence, my boundaries, and years of healing. I woke up one day and I did not like who I had become. I betrayed myself so many times just to feel desired, and it ended up becoming the loneliest feeling in the world. I'm almost 31 now, and if I could sit down with my 20-year-old self, here's what I'd tell her. First of all, don't sleep with someone just because you're bored, lonely, or trying to prove yourself that you're carefree. Choose someone who sees you and respects you, or at the very least, date with intention or self-respect. I don't know why people think that your 20s are a free-for-all. Those are the years that you are building your identity, your values, and your worth. Those are very sacred years. You should very much protect them. I wish someone would have told me this, but if you are in your 20s, please don't fall for the idea that just because you're 20, being reckless is considered liberation.